Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the start of the second annual Forum for Open Research in MENA, with the theme of Democratizing Knowledge, the evolution of open science research ecosystems and research communities in the Arab world. My name, for those of you who don't know me, is Dr. Emily Chanowski, and I am the Director of Operations for the Forum for Open Research, and also the Chief Academic Officer. Sorry, I'm just going to move this out of the way. It's very aggressive. The Chief Academic Officer for Knowledge. And it is a huge pleasure to welcome all of you here today, both in person and online. We literally couldn't have done this event without you, without your ideas and your contributions over the coming days. However, before we start the official welcome ceremony, I just have a few housekeeping things to go through. First of all, fire escapes in the hotel. There is one to that side and one straight ahead. Secondly, Wi-Fi is freely available both here and at Khalifa University. And as you'll probably have already noticed, but just in case, details are on the back of your badges. With regards to moving between venues, our partner Khalifa University has very kindly provided buses to take us to the university for this afternoon's session. The buses will be outside this main entrance here at 1:30. So if everyone can try and eat lunch fairly promptly and be back here, because I'm afraid we won't be able to wait for stragglers, but members of our team will be here to help you get taxis if you do get left behind. And the buses will bring everyone back here after the session this evening. Also, just a brief note, if you have driven here today and are considering driving on to Khalifa, we would advise you to actually leave your cars here because there isn't as much parking as would allow you to park very swiftly there, and we don't want you to end up circling the car park and miss the session. So do potentially just leave your car here and take the buses instead. Also, we are a hybrid event and every panel is streamed online, and you can find the links to each panel using the online access QR code in your program, but also here on the screen in case you are unable to join us in the room for whatever reason. And in addition, sorry, this is a very long housekeeping list, but I'm nearly done, I promise. There is simultaneous translation in English and Arabic in this room, specifically for the next 2 days for those who need it, and handsets can be found at the back of the room. We have had to make some changes to the program owing to COVID resurgence. However, I'm delighted to confirm that most of those affected are still going to be able to join us virtually. Finally, if you do have any questions or concerns about anything or are feeling a little bit lost over the next couple of days, we do have staff here to help, so look for anyone with a blue lanyard and they will help you. Finally, very, very briefly, if you do want to share any details of the event or your activities on social media, please do use the Forum for Open hashtag so we can engage with you, and our Twitter account is here as well. In addition, you should all have received an invitation email to join our new Slack community. If you haven't, the details in the program, and again, our staff can help. We've created this special community so that all the delegates, both in person and online over the next few days, can meet each other, share ideas and reactions during each panel session, and engage in real-time discussions about these really important topics. The Slack community, however, will be a permanent fixture for the future, and we're going to continue to maintain it for the region's open science communities. So please do take the time to sign up. And finally, I just want to extend a personal thank you to all our partners, to our advisory board, our sponsors and our speakers. We're incredibly, incredibly grateful for your continued and unswerving support for all of our endeavours. And it is now, there we go, my particular pleasure to hand over to Kamran Kardan, the CEO and founder of Knowledge and founder of the Knowledge Foundation, without which the Forum for Open Research would not be happening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I can't see. Oh, there you are. Thank you, Emily. Good morning, Sabah al-Khair. Your Excellencies, dear guests, colleagues, partners, friends, I welcome you from the bottom of my heart to the second annual Forum for Open Science in the Arab world. The 2022 annual forum was held in Cairo last October to coincide with Global Open Access Week. We held it in partnership and the support of UNESCO and the Egyptian Knowledge Bank. And it was a huge success. We had 50 speakers and over 1,100 delegates from close to 50 countries from around the world, engaging in inspiring conversations. And once it was finished, we felt, wow, this is a great start. And since then, last year, we've been working towards the goals of the forum and the preparation for the second annual forum. And that's why we're here today. We also held our first strategic meeting with regards to F.O.R.M to discuss the idea of more collaboration within the region and with other global initiatives. Since then, we have held numerous community engagement and development activities with local and international partners like the DOAJ, the PKP, ORCID, the International Science Council, among others. What started as an online open symposium in 2021 has now become a movement, a forum for discussion and collaboration. We wouldn't have had this event without the efforts of many, many individuals. And before I start, I would like to acknowledge them. Firstly, my dear colleague, Dr. Emily Czarnowski, who first came to me with the idea of the forum. And since then, she has been effortlessly and tirelessly, I wouldn't say she hasn't been tired and exhausted at some times, but working towards the goals of the forum. The community development events, and finally the preparation for this event. So first, thanks to Dr. Emily and all of my amazing colleagues for all the energy to bring us together today. I would like to offer my sincere thanks to our partners, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Culture and Youth in the UAE, UNESCO, and Khalifa University. I would like to thank the National Commission of UAE, headed by His Excellency Sheikh Salim bin Khalid Al Qasimi, who sadly could not join us today, and Dr. Saleh Khalid, the Doha Office Director of UNESCO. And I would like to thank Dr. Nazar and the rest of the UNESCO team for partnering us on this journey. I would like to thank the Khalifa University leadership, Sir John, Dr. Arif Al-Hamadi, for kindly hosting us. And of course, Dr. Abdullah and the wonderful team at Khalifa University to make today happen. The forum wouldn't be here without the support of an exceptional advisory board from across the region, which you can all find on the website, on the forum website, on the program guide, and many of them would be speaking and chairing some of the panels. And we would also like to thank our supportive sponsors for their contributions to make today happen. A special and separate heartfelt thanks this year goes to His Excellency, Dr. Ahmad Al-Falasi, the Minister of Education, and the ministry team for all the support and much appreciated presence. This year's conference theme is Democratizing Knowledge, the Evolution of Open Science Ecosystems and Communities in the Arab World. The 2023 Annual Forum will offer a series of carefully tailored presentations and panels addressing key themes and topics related to the advancement of open science policies and practices in research institutions and research communities throughout the Arab world. We have among us many distinguished guests from the region and the world, from the Arab states, and we thank you for your presence and for your contributions. I personally moved to UAE 17 years ago, inspired by its pioneering vision for development and leadership. 6 years later, I launched Knowledge and established the Knowledge Foundation with the vision of a more knowledgeable world. In my opinion, it's important for organizations to be mission-driven, caring about their impact and contributions to society and the people around them. It doesn't matter if you are small or large. The right mindset, or I would say the right intention, drives the impact that you may have. Being mission-driven is not about just switching off lights, using paper straws, or recycling, even though these are great things to do and to be mindful of. Every little step, every step counts, but also it's about caring, it's about action, and it's about doing what is possible within your own limits. The foundation is funded by a percentage of the proceeds from Knowledge but it was the first idea I had before setting up the rest of the company. Then it was just an idea, a dream. Fast forward now, and we have built several schools in partnership with Dubai Cares and through their initiatives. We've supported education with fellowships of many underprivileged individuals, supported open science through contributions to Duaj, and of course, the initiation of F.O.R.M, and others which are of my proudest moments in all of these years. These priorities are also embedded in our commercial side, with our Diamond Open Access Publishing supporting growth and development of regional university presses and publications, building capacity for researchers and academics, provision of access and services from renowned publishers and partners, and most recently, by reducing inequality in research ecosystems across the globe. By providing, across the global south, I would emphasize, by providing open access and affordable access models on the Zendi research platform, supporting close to 500,000 individuals worldwide. Because, in my mind, open means inclusive and accessible. It means removing barriers to acquiring knowledge. It means fostering learning and innovation. Ultimately, it means working together towards a more knowledgeable world and also a safer world for everyone. Because every day we hear news of wars, natural disaster, and human suffering. It hurts, it really does. I believe that sharing knowledge, building trust, and providing accessible education will help to ensure a brighter future for everyone. And that is why I'm so glad there are so many of you here today, with over 650 delegates in person and online from 40 countries across the world to achieve these goals. On that note, I would like to wish those of you who have traveled from near and far a wonderful stay in Abu Dhabi and the UAE. And I hope you all have an engaging and most of all, inspiring event. Now, without any further ado, I would like to invite our esteemed guest, His Excellency Mubarak Nakhi, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Culture and Youth, for the opening speech. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my pleasure to warmly welcome the open science community gathered here today, and welcome the delegates from UNESCO, Khalifa University, and other esteemed universities from across the Arab region. I would like to thank all the regional stakeholders who are among us today to discuss the Arab world's transition towards more accessible, sustainable, and inclusive research and education models. In the coming days, we will explore the key themes related to the advancement of open science policies and practices in the Arab world. In today's globalized world, we cannot stress enough the importance of knowledge sharing, making the theme of this forum very important and timely. Democratizing knowledge and open science ecosystems can be a key enabler for sustainable development and foster inclusive growth. We need to forge solutions to global challenges collectively, where research and science and technology holds immense potential in realizing these goals. To truly leverage the benefits of research, we need to foster open science ecosystems throughout the world and create a level playing field for key stakeholders to contribute and gain from the shared resources. This forum offers an opportunity to connect with industry leaders who will share insights into pioneering research in the field of science and technology. We'll also see practical approaches to make research and science more collaborative, more inclusive, and more equitable. Open research will increase regional visibility without barriers, generating greater interest in research. And while there is a consensus on the benefits of open research, there are equally grave concerns of its misuse and misinterpretations. There are several challenges that may impede its widespread adoption, and in the absence of formalized frameworks to monitor open science platforms, it may lead to potential errors and limited accountability. And one of the key objectives of this forum will be to address these issues. We need to build appropriate frameworks for regional policies and guidelines to safeguard the IP and encourage science by investing in infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to see greater mobilization of open research platforms as essential tools in tackling climate change. As UAE prepares to host COP28 this November, this forum provides an opportunity to expand on climate change solutions, with climate concerns impacting every aspect of our life today. Sharing critical research in environment field and sustainable practices can play a significant role in climate action. Developing localized resources as well, fostering collaboration and knowledge sharing can help address the climate change we face today. To conclude, I would like to reiterate the key role of open research to harness knowledge for sustainable growth and advance our shared aspiration in the Arab world. We look forward to having a meaningful exchanges, and I wish you all a very successful conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And now it is our great pleasure to welcome Dr. Saleh Khaled from the UNESCO Doha office to come and join us. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellency, Dr. Ahmed Al-Falasi, UAE Minister of Education, Your Excellency, Mubarak Al-Nakhi, Undersecretary of the UAE Ministry of Culture and Youth, Dr. Arif Sultan Al-Hamadi, President of Khalifa University for Science, Dr. Kamran Kardan, Knowledge E-Foundation President and one of UNESCO main partners, dear Honorable Secretary Generals of UNESCO National Commissions in the Arab region, dear university professors, academicians, colleagues, and friends, Assalamu alaikum. It gives me a great pleasure to stand today before you to reinforce one of the key functions of UNESCO. As stipulated in Article 1 of our Constitution, and that is to maintain, increase, and diffuse knowledge by encouraging cooperation among the nations in all branches of intellectual activity. It is therefore our immense privilege to be here today in the beautiful city of Abu Dhabi to support the undertaking of regional activities such as this International Forum of Open Science in the Arab region. One of this forum's objectives is to highlight UNESCO's recommendation on open science that was adopted by its member states in an attempt to assess the efforts needed to bolster its advantages and benefits in the Arab region through the required mechanisms and modalities that can evolve the required open science ecosystems, leading to democratization of knowledge generation and utilization for sustainable development. In collaboration with our partners, UNESCO has tentatively developed a series of supporting tools, technical briefs, fact sheets, guidelines, training materials that will constitute an online living open science toolkit, accessible to all and easy to use, reuse, expand, and update. In addition, UNESCO has mobilized its Global Open Science Partnership and has started convening ad hoc open science working groups around 5 key priorities or high impact areas. One of them is open science policies and strategies, open science financing and incentives, open science infrastructures, open science capacity building, and open science monitoring framework. In addition, UNESCO has addressed open science in the region through a number of consultative meetings in the last 3 years. And we welcome all institutions and their affiliates, experts and scientists who are here today to participate in this important event and beyond, to build on the movement of open science and transform scientific practice to adapt to the changes, challenges, opportunities, and risks of the 21st century digital era. From this standpoint, it was necessary for us, in cooperation with our main partners and co-organizers of this event, Knowledge E-Foundation and Khalifa University of UAE, together with many other regional stakeholders, to try to draw a roadmap to successfully assess the needs of the Arab region to achieve the desired progress, particularly in the following areas: addressing the existing structural inequalities relating to the accessibility and visibility of the region's research outputs, especially Arabic language research, and recommending the necessary practical solutions for their possible adoption by the targeted member states, and leading the relevant regional and national institutions and bodies to adopt these actionable insights and practical policies, strategies, and legal frameworks to foster the scientific research and innovation that would enhance scientific cooperation at the national and regional levels. Excellencies, dear participants, we very much look forward to working closely with all of you, increasing the societal impact of science and research in response to the ever-growing and complex global issues and challenges facing humanity today, and capitalizing on the immense opportunities offered to us with the new technologies and especially artificial intelligence. I wish you all the success in the different sessions of the forum, and I'm confident that with this excellent group of experts present here today, we will achieve the desired fruitful outcomes. Thank you very much.
Thank you again. And finally, it is my great pleasure to invite Dr. Arif Sultan Al-Hamadi, the Executive Vice President of Khalifa University, to come up. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Excellency Dr. Ahmed Belhoul, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I will welcome you to the second annual Forum of Open Research in the MENA. As a research-intensive higher education institution in the UAE, Khalifa University of Science and Technology is delighted to join hands with knowledge of UAE Ministry of Culture and Youth, Ministry of Education, and UNESCO to support this conference of international significance. The theme of this year's conference, Democratizing Knowledge, the evolution of open science ecosystem and communities in the Arab world. The theme encapsulates the tremendous potential for progress, positive change in our region. Knowledge is the vital force behind human development, innovation, and social advancement. Democratizing knowledge breaks down barriers and ensures that everyone, regardless of their background or resources, has equal access to education, research, and information. It empowers aspiring researchers, scientists, and innovators to contribute their unique perspective and talents to the global knowledge pool. Open science ecosystems and communities play a vital role to this transformation. They foster collaboration, transparency, and free exchange of ideas, enabling researchers to build upon each other's work and accelerate progress. I'm delighted to point out that Khalifa University has collaboration agreements with more than 50 universities, leaders, and academic institutions, because we believe collaboration paves the way for scientific collaboration and innovation. By embracing open research, we can unlock the full potential of our region, tapping into the rich diversity of talent and knowledge that exists within our borders, fostering innovation, driving economic growth, and building a society that fosters a culture of collaboration. Together, let's embark on this journey of continuous and open learning. Thank you, and wish you all a productive and fruitful conference.